Penguin Random House Audio presents Speaking of Apraxia, A Parent's Guide to Childhood Apraxia of Speech, 2nd edition. This is the author, Leslie A. Lindsay, RN, BSN. Note to listeners, this program includes a downloadable PDF that contains appendices and resources from the book. To Kate Riley, my sweet, smart, and incredibly creative daughter, without you, I wouldn't have found my writing voice as easily. For you, I give you a voice so that you may accomplish whatever your heart desires. And to all of those sweet voices yet to be heard, their loving parents, grandparents, speech-language pathologists, and teachers. Preface. I am not an expert, but I am a mom, and I am concerned. When my sweet, fun, and beautiful daughter was diagnosed with childhood apraxia of speech, CAS, I didn't even know what it was, let alone what to do about it. What is childhood apraxia of speech? What caused it? And what can we do about it? Not only did I have these questions, but additional ones too. How would this affect her social life? How would it affect our family? I feared CAS would hold her back academically as well. Once I got over the initial shock, after about 6 months or so, I hit the local library in search of resources. I'm old school at heart, and searching the internet, although an invaluable resource, just didn't appeal to me. The friendly, grandfatherly librarian found one measly resource. A chapter within a textbook that just barely touched on CAS. Instead of offering hands-on, practical educational approaches, it focused primarily on nutritional aspects of treatment. As a nurse, I wanted something more scientific. As a child-adolescent psychiatric nurse, I wanted something more holistic. As a mom, I wanted something more sympathetic. When I asked my daughter's speech-language pathologist, SLP, for recommended reading, she scratched her head and said, "There's not a lot out there, but I'll look into it." Her search came up with next to nothing. That was over a decade ago. The intervening years have brought a surge of interest in CAS, mostly for professionals who treat children with the disorder. Despite the availability of some good online resources on CAS, there's still a dearth of print materials supporting parents through the questions and obstacles typically faced. Every day, another child is diagnosed. Every day, a parent questions the same things I once did. What is childhood apraxia of speech? Will my child ever be able to speak? What can I do to help? Parents new to the diagnosis frequently reach out to me for advice and reassurance. They come from all walks of life and all corners of the world. Australian and South American mothers have sent videos of their in-services at schools and workplaces, sharing knowledge and reducing the stigma of CAS. A grandfather, a retired physician, related that his adult daughter was in complete denial about his grandson's CAS. He pointed her in the direction of this book. She nodded with recognition, began seeking treatment. A mother in rural Appalachia emailed and said this book had been a lifesaver for her, that she no longer felt alone. A father from Quebec shared that there weren't many resources available and that this book made a huge difference in his understanding of CAS. An American SLP I spoke with said CAS does not discriminate. She has treated children with CAS who are Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, and Eastern Indian, from English-speaking families and from Spanish-speaking ones too. A Scottish mother related that CAS is mostly a hidden disorder in the United Kingdom, and that most of her comfort and support come from resources like this. 8 years have passed since the first edition of Speaking of Apraxia was published. We're making strides every day in terms of diagnosis and treatment. Connections, friendships, discoveries, and celebrations happen online, at the playground, in the speech clinic, at conferences, in colleges, and in universities. Children who were diagnosed in 2007, like my daughter, are now in high school. Other older kids with a history of CAS might be heading off to college. Those parents want updates about the lingering deficits related to CAS. Some parents contact me to say, "We're making so much progress. We got this." Every so often, I get a message like this. "I was in tears twice before I reached page 13. Page 13. You are doing a wonderful job educating and supporting parents." It's been my utmost privilege and honor to walk with you on this Apraxia journey. Here, I hope to provide updated resources, books, websites, apps, and more. There's a wealth of knowledge, expertise, enthusiasm, and hope out there. Together, we got this. How this book is organized. You're a parent. You're short on time. You want answers and encouragement. Yesterday. I know. I've been there. The good news is you'll find answers here. Maybe not all of them, but at least a good amount. And if you don't find the answers you thought you would, don't worry. There's a section at the end of every chapter that points you in the right direction for further study. I call it recommended resources. But let's start at the beginning. Most chapters begin with an anecdote about one of my family experiences relevant to the chapter. The characters you will come across are real and important to me. They are Kate, redheaded and blue-eyed, spunky and smart. And yes, she has childhood apraxia of speech. Kelly is my little precocious one, also redheaded and blue-eyed, and once did express some symptoms consistent with CAS. My husband, Jim, Kate and Kelly's dad, and my rock. You may read, laugh, and cry at these introductions and completely relate to them, or you may skip them. Hopefully, they will give you a sense that I've been there, too, and will help you feel a little less alone on your journey to come to grips with CAS. The nuts and bolts of this chapter's sections break the chapter down into tangible bullet points. You will find sections called What's a Parent to Do, offering a step-by-step approach to dealing with a particular concern. Parents Cope, helping you reframe a troubling moment. What you can do at home, giving you a quick and simple activity you can do at home to help your child with apraxia. In fact, there is an entire chapter devoted to this topic, but you will also find these suggestions in some other chapters. Parents Share, providing some insight and quotes from parents who have been right where you are now. I have talked to parents, lots of them. Most have a child with apraxia. Some have children with other special needs. All of them love their children more than anything else in the world. They want to help you. You will find quotes from them offering real-world advice, tips, or ideas. There are other sections sprinkled throughout the book in the form of Parents Ask. These are questions I have heard often in this apraxia journey. Some of them I've asked myself. Following each question is a quick and easy answer. I have talked to speech-language pathologists too, lots of them. Some are in private practice, others work within school districts, and still, others are in research at universities. They know what they're talking about. Their advice and studies are peppered throughout the book. Finally, I facilitated a support and education group in the Chicago area called Small Talk, all about apraxia. Parents and grandparents came. They asked questions. I learned a lot about what is on your mind related to childhood apraxia of speech. Parents from the group were kind enough to let me use some of the information they shared in hopes that it may help another. What should you do with this audiobook? You don't have to start at the beginning. Feel free to pick the chapters you feel you most need. Come back to the ones you don't need just yet. Someday you may. If you have questions, ask your SLP or pediatrician or email me at Leslie.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?